Hello everybody. Today I'm doing another top 5 video. Today I'm going to be going over my top 5 favorite movies that were on VCR. For the people who are watching this video and do not know what a VCR is, this is what a VCR tape is. This is a VCR tape. So let me know. Okay. Now, without further ado, and number 5 is Friday the 13th Part 2. Friday the 13th Part 2 is the sequel to the original Friday the 13th, where Palma Voorhees had tried to kill everybody at Camp Crystal Lake, but she didn't really succeed because of how she got decapitated. So I'm gonna read off what it says. Just when you thought it was safe to go back to camp, here's even more heart-pounding terror. 5 years after the horrible bloodbath at Camp Crystal Lake, all that remains is the legend of Jason Voorhees and his demented mother, who had murdered 7 camp counselors at a nearby camp. The new counselors are unconcerned about the warnings to stay away from infamous site. Carefree, the young people roam the area, not sensing the ominous lurking presence. One by one, they are attacked and brutally slaughtered. Suspense and screams abound in this compelling chiller. Now, I 100% do not know too much about this movie because I never really got into really studying the original Friday the 13th films, but either way, it was a pretty good movie. Number 4, we have Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. I used to be a really big Star Wars fan. I'm not that much of a Star Wars fan anymore, but let's read basically what the movie is. The Empire is brought to its knees. Lightsabers sparkle, and the Millennium Falcon flashes through hyperspace, and creatures from all over the galaxy defy the Imperial Empire in the stunning 3rd chapter of the Star Wars saga as the rebels prepare to attack the Emperor's awesome new Death Star. Yeah, it's awesome. Han Solo, Harrison Ford, remains imprisoned by the loathsome outlaw Jabba the Hutt, who has also captured Princess Leia, Carrie Fisher. Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill rescues his friends, but he will not be a true Jedi until he defeats Darth Vader, who has sworn to win him over to the dark side of the Force. With old favorites like Chewbacca, Yoda, R2-D2, C-3PO, and Lando Calrissian, Billy D. Williams, plus the small but stalwart Ewoks. Return of the Jedi takes the Star Wars adventure to new heights of excitement. Approximately 100. Okay, I'm not used to that. But anyways, so this one is my number 1 favorite of the series. I haven't seen episode 7 to where I could say anything else about it, but I get a feeling even if I would watch episode 7, I would like that still more. At number 3, we have, let me just get it again. We have Who Framed Roger Rabbit. This is a Steven Spielberg film, which a lot of them are. Once in a generation, a film like this comes along. Now, Touchstone Pictures, Steven Spielberg, and Robert Zemeckis have teamed to give us Who Framed Roger Rabbit, a 4-time Academy Award winner that's already a contemporary classic. Who Framed Roger Rabbit is a tale of a man, a woman, and a rabbit in a triangle of trouble. It's a world where laughing can be dangerous, romance can be hilarious, and tunes and people live side by side. It's a wonderful place you'll want to visit again and again. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? The chemistry is magic. The effects are astonishing, and the film is unforgettable. Now, this one doesn't really give that much detail of all of the other films that I'm going to be showing you here this evening, but it's still a pretty good movie. I like the other film. I like Friday the 13th Part 2. I don't know really the cast, but I had the feeling if you guys haven't really like seen it, you should see it. It's a pretty good movie. At number 2, we have Ace Ventura, and it has Jim Carrey in it. I'm pretty sure that if you guys saw this, you can agree with me. It is funny as hell. Alright. He's the best there is. In fact, he's the only there is. He's Ace Ventura, pet detective, Jim Carrey. The Truman Show, The Mask, Liar Liar, is on the case to find Miami Dolphins missing mascot and quarterback Dan Marino. He goes eyeball to eyeball with a man-eating shark, stakes out Miami Dolphins, and woos and wows the ladies. Whether he's undercover, under fire, or underwater, he always gets his man or beast. Ace Ventura, basically, what it just said, he is a pet detective, so he finds lost pets, and he, like most all detectives, he works for a paycheck. So, yeah. Onto the number 1 film, Forrest Gump. If you have not, if you have seen this and you say it is not a good movie, then you are just not human. You're from a different fucking planet, man. You are not from Earth at all, man. Alright. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Like the movie itself, this line from Forrest Gump became an instant classic and inspiration to millions of people worldwide. Tom Hanks gives an astonishing performance as Forrest in this acclaimed film for director Robert Zemeckis that rocketed to box office history and touched the hearts of film goers like no other movie. Through the 3 turbulent decades, Forrest rides a tide of events that whisks him from physical disability to football stardom to war hero, to shrimp tycoon, from White House honors to arms of his one true love. Forrest is the embodiment of an era and innocent at large in innocence. His heart knows what his limited IQ cannot. His moral compass never wavers. His triumphs and become an inspiration to us all. Forrest Gump is the story of a lifetime. You know, I find it kind of ironic in Forrest Gump because Jenny had all these plans where she wanted to become famous and she thought she was going to go to all these nice places, and you know that's kind of what people nowadays like want to do with their lives. And she did go to nice places, but still, she didn't get to the dream. Mostly, the most highlight of her life was being the main event of a stripper fest, and also But here's Forrest, who you usually wouldn't expect to even be able to have left his house, and he goes off and becomes a national football star. He goes and He makes it to state to where he can be able to go meet the president of the United States. He joins the armed forces, and he saves a good amount of. Actually, he saves almost his entire team in Vietnam. And then he becomes a national ping pong champion. Then after all of that, when he goes home, he becomes a famous shrimping businessman. After he lended the entire company to Lieutenant Dan, to where it goes. I can't really remember how it all gets paid. I think Lieutenant Dan gets. Here's how I can think of it. How it goes. Lieutenant Dan gets 25. Bubba's family gets 25%, and Forrest gets 50. I'm not saying that because of how Forrest is greedy or anything, just because of how. That's just because he owns the company, to where Bubba isn't alive, but he still sends Bubba's amount of money that Bubba would have made if he was still alive. Bubba is a friend of Forrest's that he met in Vietnam, and Bubba sadly passed. He was one of the fallen soldiers. But after he gets out of the shrimping business, he goes off and runs across the entire country, and he doesn't stop for a good something years, and then years go by after that, I believe, and then Jenny calls back. This is an instant that but after Forrest had come home from something, Jenny came and met him again, and they got it out. But anyways, all jokes aside, Jenny calls him and tells him that he's a dad. That's usually usually a woman wouldn't want you to know, because you'd think that because she would probably think that you would lose loving her. But actually, at first he felt that he did something wrong. Then that just made it to where the two could get married. And then, sadly, to add on to the tears, we later find out that Jenny has AIDS, and she passed away because of AIDS. And that leaves Forrest and his son, little Forrest, alone with one another. That also, wait, does that mean Forrest has AIDS? And does also mean little Forrest has AIDS? But all that aside, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you might have learned something. Oh, this is a different setup because I'm staying at my grandma's for the weekend. Hope you enjoyed the video, and please don't write any mean comments, and see you in the next video. Bye.